Hi everyone, my name is Kristin Hayes. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today we're going to make this cheerful sunflower card. I just wanted something a little bit cheery and bright, so this is what I came up with, so I thought I'd show you how I made it. So we're going to start with a piece of basic black, and this is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and I did score it at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of pumpkin pie, and this is cut at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And we can just go ahead and adhere that right to our base. All right, and then I have a piece of Mango Melody. This is cut at 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, and I did already run this through the Big Shot. I used this embossing folder. It's called the Old World Paper Embossing Folder, and it's just great. You can see all the texture it gives the piece. It goes great with the Beautiful World stamp set, but I've been using it for a ton of other projects as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just snail this on as well. And we'll just put that right in the middle of the pumpkin pie. Next, I have a piece of the 2020-2022 in color 6x6 DSP, and I just cut the words here. You can see there's like a wood grain on the back, and they have 4 different patterns on each of the in colors. And this comes in every color family though, so you're not limited. We're just gonna adhere this on about right here. There we go. And you want to give it maybe a little extra adhesive just because this is really bumpy and you want to make sure it's really stuck down there. So next we're going to work on the sunflower part. So what I did is I took a piece of the watercolor paper, and this is cut at 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 approximately, and all it needs to do is it just needs to fit this outline of the sunflower in it. So to get started, I use the Bumblebee, and I use my ink pads, but I'm actually using the re-inkers in the lid of my ink pads. And there's a bunch in there, but I'll show you. I just put a drop or 2 in there like that, and that's plenty. And we're going to water it down anyways. I'm going to take one of the water painters, and this is the old aqua painter. I still don't have the new ones yet. It's coming on my next order, but I thought we'd go ahead and just use this. They'll work basically on the same concept. So I'm going to press in here and get some color, and I'm going to water it down. I pressed a little bit on this to give it a more watered down effect, and I'm just going to scoop it up and put it on all over my paper here. And if you need more, you can get more, and it's okay if you know, it's not all the same shade and all the same spots, as long as you've got the basic covered. Then we're going to come in with some Mango Melody. There's more ink up in here. I'm going to just grab it down and bring it down a little bit down here. So again, I'm just doing the water with the ink in the lid, and this time I'm not going to do the whole paper. I'm just going to come in and do parts, just so we have some different coloring. And then I'm going to come in with pumpkin pie, and I'm not, because these colors are so similar, I'm not really cleaning this off too much in between, but you certainly can. And if you're going from like a yellow to a blue or blue to a, you know, orange, you want to just gently get the color off of there. But our colors were so similar, I just left it. So again, I'm just going to water this down a little bit and pick it up, and then just put it in some places that it hasn't been. And it's okay, again, if some places are darker. And the reason why I'm using watercolor paper is you can see how wet it gets using this technique. And I didn't want the paper to start to pill. The watercolor paper can take the extra moisture. So I'm just going to use my heat tool just to dry this down a little bit. That's really good. I just don't want it soaking wet when I run it through the Big Shot. So I'm going to come in with the die from the sunflower dies, and this is the whole set, and I've already run the outline, this one, with the basic black through the Big Shot, so you can see that. I also did the leaves. Here are some black leaves, and then I did the center right here and this branch or leaves. These are in the new brass foil, which I love. I love all our foils, but this one is just so shiny and so bright. It's really pretty. Really pretty. So let me just bring the Big Shot up and we'll run this part through. Put our aqua painter over here so we don't get it where we don't want it. All right. Oops. So we don't need that part. You can just discard it. Or if you wanted to use the edges for another project, that would be fine. And there's our sunflower, or the outline of a sunflower anyways. Now we're going to put the detailing on it, and it's just going to take me a minute here to get the right. A lot of people are just doing them, you know, purposely not on top, which is really pretty as well, but for this, I did kind of want to, there we go. So it looks about like that. So I did already put some dimensionals. I used the mini dimensionals on the back. And then I'm just going to make sure I can find my place again. I moved it. All right, and then I'm just going to position it there and give it a good press. And that's all there is to it. And you can see it lines up pretty well. We're going to put the center piece on with the dimensional as well. And I'm not trying to get it perfect in that at all. I'm just going to put it right on the top there. It covers the whole opening anyways. So then we're going to do the sentiment. And I've got a piece here of Bumblebee. And I don't know if I told you, I went with the Bumblebee ink pads, Mango Melody, and then Pumpkin Pie. I'm not sure if I said that as I was going along. So this piece is cut at 4 1/8 by 3/16. And we're going to just take our Memento Black. We'll ink it up. And this is part of the Sunflower, Celebrate Sunflower stamp set, which is just gorgeous. It coordinates beautifully with the dies. Today I'm just using the sentiment, but I've used these stamps quite a bit already. Quite a bit. And we're just going to center this on. Excuse my head if it's in the way. There we go. Okay, so then I have a layering piece of basic black, and this is just cut at the 4 1/8, and then this is by 15/16. And we'll just adhere these two together. And it goes edge to edge on the short side rather. There we go. All right, so we're going to come back with our base. And I'll put this on first, and I'm going to pop it up with some dimensionals. Here we go. All right, so then it's going to go to the edge of the pumpkin pie. Give that a press. And then this is going to be put on dimensionals as well. Pop that up. You never know which way it looks like it's going. I guess like that is good. Just gonna push that on. And you can see the two flowers, they're never gonna come out exactly the same when you're using that watercolor technique, because you're gonna get different colors, different saturations in the colors at different points. So then we're going to adhere the leaves on just a little bit underneath. I'm going to just do that with the glue dot. Let's see, that's the back. And I'm just going to stick that under here like that and give it a press, and that glue dot will hold it. And then we're going to do the same with the other leaf. Like that. And then we're going to come in with this brass. This brass I'm going to cut a little bit. Just the little end part off there, just because I don't want it sticking out over the card. And we'll get a glue dot on that one as well. That one's really sticky for some reason. There we go. And we're just going to push that in there like that. And there we go. That's all there is to it. So here is the one we made, and here is our original back. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, just leave them below, and I'll have all of my information linked below as well. Thank you so much for watching.